if a person has the problem of forgetting things, that can turn into a big problem. If you forget to take a medicine that is very important to your health, or if you forget to pay a bill, all of that can escalate into a pretty big situation in a hurry, because your lack of remembering things is not going to mean very much to people that are depending on you to remember what it is you need to not forget. It's easy for us to think sometimes that we have been forgotten, that even God has forgotten us. We are always in one of two places. We're either headed up a mountain or down to a valley or somewhere in between. And it's easy sometimes to think, well, God has forsaken me. He's no longer with me. But the Bible plainly tells us that God doesn't forget. And he has no problem remembering. We are often unaware that God is always with us. The angel said his name would, talking about Jesus, his name would be called Emmanuel. That means God is with us. In Genesis chapter 40, Joseph is in prison for no doing of his own. He's there simply because that's where God wants him. And he is interpreting a dream for a butler and a baker. And when the butler is released from prison, he is going back to his job, back to his duty in the court of Pharaoh. And the last thing Joseph said was, "Don't forget me, don't forget me, I'm here." And but the butler did forget him until Pharaoh needed a dream interpreted. And then he remembered Joseph. And Joseph, who's rotting away in a prison, maybe feeling a little forgotten. Well, he was by the butler, but not by God. And he is summoned to go to Pharaoh's court. And there he is, and he is going to interpret a dream for Pharaoh. But he says something really interesting in chapter 41 of Genesis. He says, "It's not me that's interpreting the dream, Pharaoh. It's the God in me." Because you see, in Egypt, Pharaoh was considered God, but he dared to speak and represent the God that, for all intents and purposes, had been preparing him instead of forgetting him while he was in prison, to do the very thing that he was put on this earth to do. And that was basically to save the world through his remembering and performing the abilities that God had put inside of him. And Pharaoh escalated him to the second command in Egypt, but he gave credit to God. He said, "It's God that does it. It's not me. And God is the one that's going to interpret your dreams." Friend, regardless of where you are, give God the praise, because where you are is where he has destined you to be at this time in your life. So don't ever think that God has forgotten you. He knows right where you are, friend, and he's going to use you for his glory if you'll just continue to focus and remember he's right there with you. God bless you.